Donna Kelce just proved exactly where her son gets his personality from, showing up to a bingo night in North Carolina wearing a bright green wig like she had absolutely nothing else on her calendar this summer. Just 2 weeks after watching her son marry Taylor Swift in front of 1,000 of the most famous people on the planet.
I really can't say a heck of a lot except it was magical, man.
Mama Kelce traded Madison Square Garden for a rowdy game of bingo in Clayton, North Carolina. And by every account, she had just as much fun, if not more. Here's what happened. Donna was spotted out with a group of friends at an event called Bingo Loco, a rave-style bingo night complete with dance-offs, lip-sync battles, and plenty of colorful costume energy. Donna leaned all the way in, throwing on a bright green wig for the occasion, while her friends matched the vibe in blue and violet wigs of their own. The whole group looked like they were having the time of their lives, flashing huge grins for the cameras. They proved that Mama Kelce does not need an arena full of A-listers to have a good night out. A game of bingo with the girls apparently does the trick just fine. And the green wig outing was not even her only stop on this trip. Donna also swung by a French restaurant in North Hills called Coquette, dining with her group before leaving the kind of glowing review any restaurant would love to receive. She simply wrote that the food and service were great, complete with a couple of exclamation points. That same warm, down-to-earth energy she brings to absolutely everything she does publicly. It has become something of a running theme for Donna this summer. She left New York just 2 days after her son's wedding, and rather than retreating quietly out of the spotlight, she has kept right on showing up, smiling, and clearly savoring every bit of the victory lap that comes with being the mother of the groom in the biggest wedding of the year. There is something genuinely charming about the contrast here. 1 week she is standing inside Madison Square Garden watching Taylor Swift marry her son in a ceremony guarded by non-disclosure agreements and locked phones. A couple weeks later, she is in a bright green wig playing bingo with her girlfriends in North Carolina. It is the kind of range that has made Donna one of the most beloved parents in all of sports. She is someone who can hold her own in a room full of superstars and still just be a mom having a blast on a random Monday night with her friends. So here is everything else that has kept this family in the headlines. Because Donna's night out is only one piece of what has been a busy stretch for everyone involved. Because while Donna was out celebrating in her own way, Travis was getting back to business. Cameras caught him training in Florida on July 16th, dressed head to toe in Nike gear, marking his first public workout since the wedding. He was seen carrying a duffel bag in one hand and a sports drink in the other, and fans immediately zeroed in on one detail. His wedding band was still firmly on his hand, right there for the world to see as he got back into football shape. It made for a nice little snapshot, a freshly married man diving straight back into training camp preparation, ring and all. The timing carries real weight for Travis this season. He is heading into his 14th year in the league and his 9th alongside Patrick Mahomes, who is himself working his way back from a torn ACL after a rough 2025 campaign that saw the team miss the playoffs and Travis post a relatively modest year by his own standards. There is plenty of motivation on the table heading into training camp. Travis has spoken publicly about what kept him excited to play another season. He credited Taylor's own relentless creativity and work ethic as part of what reminded him how much he still loves this game. Watching her keep writing, keep finding new melodies, and keep pouring herself into her art apparently lit a fire under him too. He has talked before about how the two of them share the exact same passion for their crafts. Seeing his wife continue chasing new creative peaks even after everything she has already accomplished pushed him to want to chase one more great season of his own rather than quietly coast into retirement.
It's amazing to see her keep going to the table, keep finding new things to write about, keep finding, new melodies and things like that. And on top of that, still seeing her have that love and joy in what she does. And of course that's motivating. That's motivating for anybody to see, let alone, my fiance.
This workout came right on the heels of the couple's stay at the Yellowstone Club in Montana. They spent a few quiet days unwinding after the wedding before Travis packed his bags and got back to the grind, trading mountain views for sprint drills almost overnight. Meanwhile, some of the couple's closest friends have been opening up about just how special the wedding actually felt from the inside. 49er Kyle Juszczyk and his wife Kristen, who attended the July 3rd ceremony together, spoke about the night at the Time 100 Sports Gala on July 16th, and neither one held back on the praise. Kristen called the whole thing legendary, saying there was really no other way to describe it, and explained that the night felt exactly like Taylor's own vision brought fully to life.
It was just the best night ever. I mean, it was legendary. There's no other way to describe it.
Kyle admitted he could not help but tear up during the vows, saying they were so good it was hard not to get emotional. Kristen laughed that her own tears were far less surprising, since she cries at pretty much every wedding she attends anyway.
Did you cry during the when
I cry at every wedding. Yes, I cry at every single wedding. Like, I don't think there's ever been a wedding that I haven't cried.
Yeah, I mean, true, but I definitely teared up. Their vows were so good.
Yeah,
it was hard not to.
It is a small, funny admission, but it speaks to just how genuinely moving the ceremony must have been. Even a seasoned NFL player who spends his Sundays absorbing hits for a living found himself getting choked up watching two people exchange vows. What stood out most to the couple, though, was simply how effortless Taylor and Travis looked together. Kyle explained that you can just tell when two people click, saying their energy together makes so much sense. Kristen added that their love looks easy, the kind of connection where you can just feel it is meant to be the moment you're around them.
You can just tell when they're together, they just click. Like, their energy just makes so much sense.
they love each other so much. It seems just like so easy, and you can just feel when they're around each other that it's just meant to be.
When asked whether they had any marriage advice to offer the newlyweds, Kristen brushed the question aside entirely, saying there really is not any advice needed for two people who love each other the way Taylor and Travis clearly do. It is a sentiment that keeps echoing every single time someone who is actually in that room talks about the wedding. Nobody who witnessed it firsthand seems to think this couple needs guidance of any kind. They simply seem to already have it figured out.
There's no advice in the world that can just like, there's no advice when you just see people who love each other. Like, that's the advice. Like, find someone that you love.
And that same warmth was on full display just 1 week after the wedding, when Taylor and Travis made their first public appearance as a married couple at the wedding of Travis's former teammate Juju Smith-Schuster. Taylor showed up in a strapless pink floral gown, and the two were spotted swaying together on the dance floor, clearly still riding the high of their own celebration just days earlier. They also sat with Patrick and Brittany Mahomes during the ceremony. Another reminder of just how tightly woven this entire circle of friends and family really is. It was a sweet, low-key moment. Two of the most famous people on the planet simply showing up to support a friend, dancing together like any other happy newlywed couple would. So here's the full picture of where this family stands right now. Donna Kelce spent her summer proving she can go from Madison Square Garden royalty to green-wigged bingo champion without missing a beat. Travis has already jumped back into training, wedding band and all, driven in part by the same creative fire he sees in his wife every single day. Close friends like Kyle and Kristen Juszczyk have been sharing just how genuinely moving the wedding felt from the inside, describing a couple whose connection looks effortless to everyone around them. And the newlyweds themselves have kept showing up for the people they love, swaying together on a dance floor at a friend's wedding just days after their own. It says something about this whole family that even with a wedding this massive behind them, everyone involved has simply gone right back to being themselves. Travis chasing another championship, lacing up his cleats and grinding through summer workouts the same way he has for over a decade. Donna chasing a good time with her friends, completely unbothered by the fact that she went from rubbing shoulders with music legends at Madison Square Garden to rocking a neon wig at a bingo hall a couple weeks later. And Taylor and Travis, through it all, still finding each other on a dance floor whenever the music starts playing. Whether that dance floor is inside the most famous arena in the world or at a friend's wedding on the other side of the country, sometimes the biggest weddings in the world are followed by the smallest, most human moments. Quiet workouts, silly costume nights, and old friends gushing over how in love two people clearly are. This family seems to understand that better than anyone. They gave the world one unforgettable night at Madison Square Garden, and now they are simply getting back to living one green wig and one training session at a time. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.